Hi there, Leo. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for April. This can be a month of tremendous opportunities, of great excitement, the chance to make some fundamental changes to your approach, but also to be much more adventurous, independent, but break the chains of restriction which may have been holding you back, either inside yourself in terms of your personal attitudes or in your circumstances and the people or situations which you feel are stopping you from fulfilling your potential. So not much then. And the story of this month begins with two key influences. The Sun and Mercury are in this go-getting part of your horoscope, in your sister fire sign of Aries. And this can give you a real sense of anticipation. If you're looking to travel, it may be that it's going to come about really quite quickly. You may find yourself coming across an opportunity to snaffle a vacation, which is at great value, or it could be someone tells you, hey, what about this? How do you fancy it? And it may be a case of just going for it in the blink of an eye. Keep an overnight bag packed. You may need it. But the Sun does forge a more stabilising link with Saturn, the planet of structure, which did start to go backwards at the end of March. If you're in a situation where you know there is something you want to change and you've been making some steady steps towards the big picture, then it can take a further giant step forwards in the first week of this month. Conversely, if you're in a situation where you feel obliged to stick at something for the greater good, only you could say what that is. It could be that you want to be obligated to someone you care about deeply, but in some ways this means that you're neglecting your own needs. Or it could be in a situation where there's some politics or power struggles going on. Well, the Sun also clashes with Pluto, and Pluto is the planet of power. And for the last 4 years, as Uranus has pulsated in a tense right angle with Pluto, it's possible you've gone from one minute wanting to escape, the next minute feeling that you should stick with what you know, and it's been going back and forwards. Well, that aspect has now come to an end, thankfully. But there is another set of influences this month which are really pushing you to make your mind up about one major situation. What's going to help you is the fact that on the 6th, Venus moves into a much more freedom-loving area too, but on the same day, Mercury moves into your sector of responsibility. Your itching for a change could be just as much around your work as it can be around your personal situation. But Venus moving too gives you a desire to get to the bottom of situations, particularly in your relationships. It's a moment of truth. And from the 10th to the 14th, Venus forges an incredibly positive link with Mars. This would be a fine time to meet somebody new, go on a journey, and in that journey, perhaps experience a rekindling of your desire to be the authentic person you know you really can be. All of this is burnished more by a new moon which occurs on the 7th. If there is something that's been holding you back, whether it's your circumstances, your own fears or anxieties, or that you've just felt in some way that you've been conflicted in your approach, I do feel this new moon is going to be very significant. It can give you the added confidence to really step outside your comfort zone in a phenomenal way. Although you have this reputation for charisma, star quality, and just dazzling personality, which of course is all deserved, you are someone who loves routine more than you let on. And perhaps one routine or several have just really become so entrenched in your life. This new moon is the opportunity to really take a metaphorical axe and break the chains that have been tying you to something which is no longer good for your soul. Now, there is also going to be a fine link between Mercury and Jupiter, which goes from the 14th through to the 17th. And if you are someone who's more entrepreneurial, your instincts around money or business can also see you gain a real slice of fortune, but particularly where you're being daring. And this is a month to adopt a daring do attitude. It can really give you such a sense of exhilaration. And once you get your confidence going, it can be like a snowball which gathers more and more momentum. However, on the 20th, there is a change insofar as the Sun does climb to the top of your horoscope, but Venus then goes alongside Uranus for about 5 days. And I think there could be some kind of a real surprise around your love life, one which can rock you, but also excite you all at the same time. You may meet someone who has something about them which is so direct and authentic that it really makes your pulse race quicker, but at the same time it could be very scary. On the other hand, if a relationship has really reached the end of the road, you may decide that you want to liberate yourself from it. On the other hand, you may feel that it's a basically good relationship, but it's gone stale and it needs revival. Well, the Sun's move to the top of your horoscope is encouraging you to take the lead. Don't hold back. It's true that this could create some short-term instability in your world, particularly on the back of the full moon at the 22nd. But once Venus moves into this wonderfully authoritative part of your chart, as this month comes to a close, I think it can be a chance for you to use all of that personality power to really dazzle someone in a position of authority and to make major strides around your career or your individual talents. It's possible that all this energy this month will see you break away from a safe job and go and do something that's always been your heart's desire. That's the type of stuff that we're talking about here. But the only person who's really going to see this through is you. It's not going to come from the stars alone. It's about you being proactive, believing in yourself, and creating that excitement, and just going for it, Leo. Thank you for joining me. Good luck, and goodbye for now.